what's up, everybody? Welcome. Hey, I appreciate y'all for tuning in today. My name is John Williams, aka Jigs. I'm on the mic. You know what I'm saying? I want to welcome y'all to Man Cave Mondays. That's MANCAV Mondays. That's right, Man Cave Mondays. Oh, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all know what I'm saying? We're here. We're gonna talk about men. We're gonna talk about all types of men and situations. So we really appreciate y'all for tuning in. And in a minute, we're gonna get ready to come right back. We're gonna get with y'all. Hello, everybody. Hey, welcome back again, y'all, to Man Cave Mondays. We are back in the building. Got some special guests in the house with me, man. It's about to get real juicy. Y'all know my name is John Williams. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Man Cave Mondays. That's MANCAV space Mondays, MONDAYS. So y'all don't remember that now. Man Cave, MANCAV space MONDAYS. That way y'all can be able to find, be able to subscribe to Man Cave Mondays. Before we get started, though, I want to introduce my panel guests with me today because this thing will get juicy because we got the ladies in the house. To my right, I got my homeboy James in the building. As usual, y'all know this is my co-host. I got Miss Kitty. She back, man.
Hey,
we was talking about baby daddy.
Back.
Baby mama drama, boy, y'all know she went off up in that thing. And then to my left, I got Miss LaToya, you know what I'm saying?
Yay.
She holding it down. She knew, hey, y'all, we're going to show her some love because she knew up in the building today. So hopefully she don't get too juicy. Y'all know how I be getting. I'm going to have to get the gargamels out on her. So, hey, today, y'all, we going to be talking about dating and all women are distractions. So I know that's a juicy subject, man, for everybody because this is going to be really deep here. So, but we appreciate y'all, kid, for tuning in because we're going to come back. This thing will get juicy. So thank y'all again for tuning in. Welcome again to Man Cave Mondays, and we'll be right back. So what we going to do, y'all, let's check this out. Since we know this subject today is dating or women of distraction, I'm gonna just real quick. I'm gonna give my synopsis on this, y'all. Just let y'all know that from my own personal point of view, I'm gonna have to say that it's a distraction when it comes to like if a male being myself, if I'm trying to pursue a career. Or if I am trying to maybe go to school or work a job and then I'm involved with a woman and she's keeping me from getting those things accomplished, and it could be good and bad because we're going to be today we're going to talk about good and bad. You know what? Check this out. I'm going to pass it to Miss Kitty. Cause I'm trying to tread lightly because we got two sisters in the house, and these ain't no weak sisters, man. So I got to watch my words today. Miss Kitty, how you feel about that?
How you doing today, big brother? This is a good topic because again, me, I always feel like men don't get much of a voice because most of the men aren't taught to use their voice in this arena. So I feel like a lot of women need to be discussing these topics from the men's point of view because we got brothers, we got daddies, we got uncles. We have observations of these things that's happening. So women can be a distraction. A lot of women want to say, well, love me for me. Okay, but while I'm loving you for you, what are you loving him for him by doing? And some of those things can be a distraction. And sometimes it comes from being insecure. Some women have a difficult time seeing their man go get it and be a go-getter. He's working on his educational prowess. He's working on better himself at the job, or he's trying to become an entrepreneur, or he's trying to do something to better himself or work on his fitness. And she's sitting at home eating a bag of, Kit Kats and running behind the kids. She's getting bigger. He's getting finer. You know what I'm saying? So now why you going to the gym all the time? Why you dress like that? Why you smell like that? You know what I'm saying? So you begin to start knocking down what you don't realize is your insecurities are portrayed in that relationship, in that endeavor that man's kind of doing, and you knocking it down. You know what I'm saying? So that's a negative distraction.
Okay. What you think about that, Jay?
I totally agree with that. Because people change, right?
Yes.
We can see each other and be on the same page
Mhm.
and be unequally yoked, but that unequalness won't come out until we begin to go, for our destiny, go forward in life.
Speak
And
on
then
it,
that's
James.
when you start to see this. Well, wait a minute. I thought we were going up the hill. She say, "No, I'm going down this path."
Speak on it, James. Speak on it.
So then, your directions are going two different places. So
Right,
that's
right.
when that unequalness would come into play. So you have to take time to get to know that person first and see where them goals at and see what their mind is like. Not just the body.
Yes,
You gotta see
yes.
what their
What
mind
you
is
think
like.
Come
about
on
that,
now.
Ms. Latoya?
Great topic, great topic. Naturally, it's a disclaimer, of course, men can be a distraction as well. So we understand, it was understood, don't have to be explained.
Don't have
you
to
know.
be explained.
However, when you talk about, a woman being a distraction for a man, absolutely, especially if she lacks support for that man. She doesn't have the vision that man has for the family.
You said something.
She can be a distraction for that unit altogether, right? Like as you mentioned, the security. If she lacks insecurity within herself, that's definitely a distraction. Even a hindrance, right?
Ooh.
And so, but I'm really big on this topic because when you talk about the distraction of a woman, if on the support side of it, like that's what a lot of men want. They want the support. You know what
yes.
I mean? And so yeah, I do agree that a woman definitely can be a distraction for a man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Boy, y'all, we
Absolutely.
talking something juicy,
Yes.
And just to kind of follow just a little bit on that, because I'm thinking about like being a woman being a distraction. Now I'm gonna think about this from brothers that be out there trying to get it, and trying to let's say it's a brother working two jobs, and like you talking about earlier, Kitty, she might be insecure. She's no, he ain't working a two job. You out there messing around with this chick, that chick, this and that one. He can't even focus because when he get to the house, he got a lock on the door. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Chair on the
Yeah.
door. Where you been? Go back to Sabrina, whatever she is. Get it from her. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, definitely I can understand that. So, about a woman possibility of being a distraction, and I don't want to do it on both sides. Like you said, it's possible. A man can be a distraction as well. You got two sisters in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Distracting some of you brothers watching right now. So, but other than that, hey man, we appreciate y'all. So, we gonna get back to y'all in a second. We about to take a break on it and give y'all some time to meditate on that distraction. And we gonna get back to something juicy. So, we gonna get back into it. Y'all ready?
We're ready.
We got y'all.
Ready.
Just a minute. Hey, what's up? Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Man Cave Mondays, man. Hey, y'all, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, man, to check us out, man. We're going to keep it funny. We're going to keep it entertaining, man. We appreciate y'all for checking us out and tuning in to Man Cave Mondays. So we back in it, y'all. We're going to have 5 topics. We talking about dating or women of distraction. So this is a juicy topic that we really going into today. So, what's our first topic we'll get into?
How can women be a distraction? Aren't they supposed to add to the relationship and not take away?
All women supposed to add to the relationship and not take away. And I agree 100% on that. That's our first topic, y'all, that we're going to kind of get into it. And just, you know what, I'm going to let the ladies go in on this first because I want to hear from the ladies, you know what I'm saying? We're going to start out with Miss Kitty first. Yeah.
Yes, in theory and biblically, and just from being in a relationship, period. Yes, we are supposed to be the feather in the cap. We're supposed to be the rib, the bone of their bone. We are supposed to be that jewel that makes them want to come home and not keep driving around the block because, damn, I don't want to have to deal. I don't want to have to hear her mouth again. We are supposed to be that way, but it's so easy to slip into being in that position where you're taking each other for granted, where you're slipping into that, this is what we usually do. And you stop living purposely for one another. And it's too easy to, at that point, become that negative distraction. Because now you want to talk about is the bills. You don't want to get your hair and nails done no more because we live together now. So you should be able to love me as I am. You shouldn't care that I done gained 35 pounds. I'm still me. You need to love me for me. You know what I'm saying? And then, like you said, like that aspiration, you touched on it real good when you were saying that equally yoked. And equally yoked is not always about the Bible. It's about what do we do on a daily day basis that we cover each other in to go on this walk together in. And if we start separating these things, then at that point, I'm not being a feather in the cap to that man that I'm with.
Right.
He's turning his head because I'm no longer pleasant. Everybody wants something pleasant. Everybody wants something pleasant. But now I'm bitching, I'm moaning, I'm griping. Now, I'm not saying that it's not validated. I'm not saying that her situations may not be validated. But what I'm saying is at that point, it's not pleasant, so it's a distraction. If it's not pleasant, it's a distraction.
Wow.
Ladies, don't be a distraction.
Ladies, please don't be a distraction. The brothers doing, look, you hit that right when you say hitting that curve. Man, I don't want to go home. Let me just stay out 5 more minutes, man. Because when I hit that door, I know it's going to be something.
Yes.
Anything. You left
Yeah.
the window open. You put a towel on the thing. I didn't like that right. Your shoes. What you think about that, Miss Toya? How you feel about that?
That was a great point, sis. It really was. But when I think about a woman adding, value or life into the relationship, instead of taking away naturally, right? That's the whole purpose of being in a committed relationship is to
Yes.
add value,
Yes.
right? But as far as being a distraction, although women, I know women that have been a distraction. If I'm honest, I believe I've, been a distraction for a man in my younger years when I didn't know any better, in my immature years, right?
Right,
so
right.
naturally, we can be a distraction and be
even know it.
immature and not even realize, the impact that we have it on the relationship.
There you
know?
go.
Especially if you are not singing the same song, you know what
Yes.
I mean?
Right.
With that man, and you have your ideal or your upbringing of a relationship may look, different than what he,
Ooh.
had growing up, and so that's a distraction for him.
Ooh, that's
maybe
foundation
you're,
speaking.
I just think about like that man. That's why it's very important to communicate, of course, in a relationship. We all know that,
Yes.
Communication is important. But if you are that person, whatever those needs is that man needs to be, he needs met, then it's important that he communicate to his, significant other, and so she can have a chance to work on some of those things that are distracting him.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
that's important as well, not just the nagging, because women as women, we're very talkative and all that. We can come across very nagging and less supportive. But if we don't have direction with that thing, we don't know what to correct.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
going to continue to be a distraction.
Right, right.
And so now that kind of leans on the man as the leader to lead us. You know what I mean? So
done said
I'm just
something.
really big on that part of it. But so
Okay.
women should definitely add value to the relationship.
Let me take a
About that, Jay,
take a
what you gotta say
sip.
from a man point of view.
From a man point of view, I like her point of view. I like
Yes.
both of y'all point of view. But one thing I like is that she said is that you have to communicate. Communication is so important because she won't know she's a distraction if she thinks she's doing right.
Right.
So if she thinks she's doing right, then that means she thinks you're doing wrong.
Oh.
So you haven't communicated
Sipping
what
and
you're
tipping.
trying to do. So you haven't communicated your vision, your intent. You guys haven't communicated. So another point that I like, she said when she said the foundation, your foundation has to be set. And so when you're in a relationship, you guys should have a foundation in place, which means that if you're going to have a spiritual foundation or not. So if you're not, both of you guys be with that you're not. If you are, then stay true to that spiritual foundation. I remember a friend of mine said that him and his wife was going like 2 separate ways. And he said, baby, let's pray together. And she came in the room with a Bible. She hit him with the Bible. Satan, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And she went in on him.
Dang.
But that was good because she's praying for his deliverance. If you can't pray for one another deliverance, then you ain't never going to be on one accord, and you will continue to be a distraction for each other. So
Wow.
you have to, if you're gonna have that spiritual that spiritual foundation, you have to stick to it, and you have to have somebody who would honestly pray for you.
But what about those people who, well, we know there's a lot of percentage of people who just don't have any spiritual foundation.
Right.
They just living it up.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and
So,
so,
and a lot of people out here looking right now. I can hear them talking about, "Man, get that church stuff out of here.
yeah.
Come on tell them what they need to do as a worldly minded person that can give them some advice about what they can do if they are somewhere where they don't have Christ or God in their life or any type of.
Well, they still need to be yoked in their
Yes,
foolishness.
there you go. There you go. If you
They still need to be yoked in their
Yeah.
foolishness. If
I
you,
heard they yoked in your foolishness.
and yoke mean one accord.
Yeah, one
I mean,
accord.
an agreement.
if y'all are clubbers, y'all gonna be happy being clubbers together, because that means when he hit the door, she want to hit the door. You know,
But
if
you gotta
you
be-
your food, your nutrition, you know how you pay your bills. Do we pay something on it, or do we pay
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
Right, yeah.
Are we both concerned about our credit, or we ain't?
Right.
We just getting by. You know what
Right,
I'm saying? Like,
right.
even in your
Absolutely.
foolishness, even if beyond the spiritual realm, you got to be yoked in whatever you are doing day to day with whomever you are trying to yoke it with,
Right.
in all the facets. Because two fools can live in ignorance and be just as blissful as they want to be. Y'all better say, let me get a sip on it, brother.
You know.
Let me get a sip. Let me get a sip. Let me get a sip.
Look,
real.
man, I'm looking for
I
my
like it,
gargamel,
man.
bro. I can't even figure. I don't even know where they at, man. I done left them. Running around y'all.
Yeah.
But I mean, that is so true,
Man.
though. You know, because there's a lot of people out there. They just rolling with it. They rolling with the punches. You know, so. But
Leave me alone in my
man,
foolishness.
let's move on to that next topic, y'all. So
All
this
right.
was getting real juicy. What's the next topic?
Next topic. What are some examples that women can distract us from?
Well, I mean, I guess, you know, some examples of women can distract men, you know, men that are working. I'm going to start off with the easy one because, you know, some guys out there, they trying to get it. You know, they trying to bring something to the table and they trying to help to take care of the household, or they trying to, you know, take care of their household, you know, depending on what the situation is. Some people do 50-50. The man and the woman split the bills. And then sometimes it's the man takes care of all of the bills, and sometimes it might be a situation where the man pays a portion and the woman is paying more of the bills, you know. But I personally think, you know, that can be a distraction, you know, when it comes like financial stuff like that, because like in the beginning, you start dating somebody and, you know, like you said, if say for instance, you know, the woman decides, well, you know, I'm used to paying bills real good and I want to just do all the bills, don't worry about that. And then 3 months later, she talking about, well, you're not helping me out and, you know, and you need, and, but he was like, well, hey, but you told me you wanted to handle that and I was going to take care of this. So like you said, that combination of communication and that distraction itself right there, you know, so just a brother out there trying to work hard, you know, and work a couple of jobs and dealing with someone that's saying, hey, you working too much, you gone too much.
That right there.
So, you know, I want to do something with you, I can't find you. So, which I feel like it leads to her maybe going tipping out on, well, he at work, I'm going to go here and find me a little Joe, mess around with him, you know, until he get home. And mess around. Hey, that's what they do, you know. So you ain't at home, you ain't handling your business, so I got my needs. So look, I'm gonna tip out and do what needs to be done. So, but you know, real quick, yeah, I want to hear something. Kitty, give me something on that. You know?
I know you keep tipping that
Yeah.
thing to me first.
Yeah, I like it.
Ways that women can be distraction. I want to say, just to go to a abstract level, not knowing how to communicate your feelings to the other person in a manner in which they can eat it. Because in your example, he's working 2 jobs. She's frustrated. She miss him. But she may not know how to say, baby, I miss you. And I'm unhappy about that. What can we do about that?
That's deep.
So instead of being able to communicate it like that, she'll say, you don't never spend no time with me. There's a difference.
Yes, it is.
The root is still the same, but it's the deliverance in the communication. sometimes we're not able to communicate to where that person can really eat and hear what the root of the problem is. So that just builds on distracting. These kids around here running around here, you don't give me no help. What she's really saying is, I wish you were home more. I need you here to be more active with me. So we need to figure out how we can get these bills paid, save a little bit, with maybe you letting one of these jobs go. You see what I'm saying?
But what if he can't? What if, she want that, what you saying, but he gotta work, because if he don't work,
Right.
y'all lights gonna get cut out.
True.
Ain't gonna be
But
no
at,
food on
but
the
at
shelf.
that point, if he hears her root, even if he can't do anything about it, he can eat that. And then as a couple, they're responsible for couple things.
Okay.
They run a household. He may be the leader, but they came together to run a household. So if you want him to come home, then that means what are you willing to do to
Right,
bring that
right,
balance,
right.
to bring that peace, to level this out so that I'm not a distraction. I'm a helpmate in that area.
Well, Ms. LaToya,
Come on
how
now,
you feeling
help
about that?
me.
How you feeling about that?
Well,
I was like, come on, help me. Okay, yes. Some of the examples, besides just the obvious ones that we've already mentioned, like the support and the, the insecurities, communication that can help. When I think about an immediate distraction that women can do for men, of course, when it comes to, our bodies, right? A man could be trying to be focused on his marriage, focused on his relationship, and you have those women that purposefully try to distract a man with her, aura, her, her attire, her, her words, right? And so that's just a natural, immediate distraction that we all know, right?
The seductress.
The seductress, yes. The Jezebel.
The jazz.
And so we know
Okay.
that it definitely exists, right? Now, those are
Yes.
easy, immediate distractions. But when you get into like the longevity extractions, distractions, the ones that really can affect, a household, it just always goes back to a distraction naturally can be whatever hinders you that, not all women understand those things if you don't communicate,
Yes.
And so there's so many examples that we could put on the table when you think about just the things that can stop a relationship from flowing, from flourishing, just from those things. But if you don't communicate whatever it is that bothers you, that you need from that person,
Right.
I know I'm beating a dead horse, but I'm saying the same thing. It's so important that you let that be known
Right.
to resolve,
Yeah.
that issue.
Right.
So,
right. Yeah, and so you got to have to piggyback on what she was saying, you got to have a vision at that point. Because so many people just continue to go in this cycle.
Yes.
A never ending story, just repeating the same stuff over because neither one of you step up and say, I want different, I want more.
That's nice.
And so you have to have that plan of action, that vision out there. And another thing that I think a woman distracts a man with in a relationship is when she starts making more money than him. Now, when she starts making more money, then it's like,
You think
well,
that's still a thing now?
yeah,
Brother James?
yes, I do. I think some women get a little more money than a guy, and now he's like,
a competition kind of.
it's a competition,
Yeah.
and you're not meeting the mark. You're not the head of the household because I make more than you. You
So
got-
you feel
you got-
women start feeling themselves more
as-
in the house.
Yeah, in the house.
Ugh.
And now, so that's a distraction to the man. So now he's got to compete with her masculinity.
But you know
Ooh,
something I want to
masculine
add in real
energy.
quick? On there, when you say that about the money, it makes me think of maybe even the lack thereof. Because if the woman lacks ambition,
Yeah.
right, and the man is naturally the provider, the lead, and all that good stuff, but he still wants a woman. If it's not understood that she's not to work and she needs to contribute, if she lacks ambition to do so, that could be a distraction for the man
as well.
as
Yes.
well. So even having the money, but on the flip side, not, willing to go get, to the bag, as we say, that can definitely be a distraction for the man trying to move forward too,
And so
right?
that,
You're right.
that communication will let them know when we get the money, we know where we're going. We know what we're doing with it. We got plans. We got some places we want to go. Houses, cars, whatever.
Exactly.
So we know what we're doing.
And real quick, one more real quick. I just want to say, because I remember a friend dealing with this. Something else that could be a huge distraction is the way that they parent, right?
Yes.
Because, you know, you may feel like, you know, the man should be the disciplinary, but then if she keeps undermining his judgment,
That
right?
part.
Then that can be a distraction even when it comes to the kids as well.
Because
you know?
they will
Dad
divide
said no,
you.
but mama said yes, and now you lose your voice, and that's a distraction for the man because he's you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
and you lose
absolutely.
the power of your household because
you
the
do.
woman is undermining your authority.
And it's those little betrayals
Yes.
that start building up. Those
Right.
little betrayals. You sneaking money, you got a different account over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You buying and shopping when you know the bills is due in 2 weeks and ain't another check till 3 weeks.
Right.
You know, money management. And like you said, dealing with the kids, there's a certain way I want to rear them.
Yeah.
You know, you got some women that be like, don't touch my child. Well, he helped you birth that child.
Yes.
What we talking about? But if he's not good enough to discipline, he shouldn't have been good enough to goose.
That's right.
Yeah.
That part.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Hey, what's our next topic again? This is getting a little juicy up in
We
here.
on a roll, baby.
Yeah.
On a roll.
We finna set somebody free in a minute.
Wanted to get to the fifth one, we'll skip it, because y'all touched on that third one.
Okay.
Okay, so the fourth one. Are women only a distraction because of how we view them, meaning that we are easily distracted?
Well, I mean, you know, from a man's standpoint of view, a lot of men are easily distracted because some men are just looking for basically one thing, you know. They to fulfill their sexual desires, you know what I'm saying?
You
So-
said that so sweetly. So sweetly.
'Cause that's our brothers, that's a lot of them, they do look that way, you know. So in dealing with, you know, a lot of men and passing by, you know, they look at it that way, and I think that's a distraction to them. You know what I'm saying? And it can't really be on the woman because a man ought to know how to have self-control. You know, and if they have self-control, then sexual desires can't be a distraction, you know, to what he's doing on the everyday life. But if he can't control himself, then he can't get to his job. Oh, shoot, I'm finna go ahead and knock this off. I'm gonna skip work today. I'm calling in. Get that in the morning because that's how some of them do.
My Lord.
Oh, I'm too tired to make
He
it
said,
to
I'm
work.
Christian, I don't know, but David was doing a lot in that Bible.
Let me tell you something.
I'm just saying.
Well, I ain't gonna say that, y'all. Leave that alone. That's gonna come back to the novel. Well, Mr. Toy, how you feel about that? You know,
You know, like, so basically, I feel that, you know, the men definitely have to take some ownership, though, right? Although, naturally, you know, if we're doing some things to distract our men on purpose, that's one thing.
Right.
But if it's not those things that, you know, we just do and we're not aware that's
Right.
causing you havoc or hindering you from, you know, getting things done or whatever,
Right.
you have to take some ownership and not just put it on, well, if you wouldn't, you know, we're really good at finger pointing in
Right,
relationships, right?
yes,
And it's like, if you wouldn't
yes.
do this, then I wouldn't be like this, or, you know, if you would just
Right.
help me here, and you know. And so I think it's easy to do that blame game
Yes.
whenever you think about the man looking at, you know, viewing us as if we're the distraction.
Right.
I don't think it's always something that we are doing. We know that,
right,
right?
right, absolutely.
I think
I hope they
it's-
do know that. It's
right,
not always.
Right, yes.
It's not always.
You're right, 'cause
we're not exempt, but it's not always.
Yes, because
Right.
common sense is not very common. We are aware, right? But I just think it's important for the man to understand that some of that he definitely needs to take ownership
ownership,
when it comes to his distractions. He needs to be more grounded, more focused or whatever that thing is to help him, you know, not always look at her for the
Right.
downfall.
Right.
So,
Right.
that's so true.
Well, a lot of things, perception is a B. You know, the whole word, yeah. You know, because there are the ground rooted things that, for the most part, we grow up watching either our moms, our grandmas, our uncles, our dads doing, and we start formulating opinion of what these people we get connected to are supposed to be doing when we yoke with them as we get into these relationships.
Yeah.
You know, my mom, she is, Miss Charm School. You know what I'm saying? So you sit like a lady. You know what I'm saying? But if his mom, a hood chick, she may sit gap-legged with a black and mild in her hand like it ain't shit. For me, I would die. I mean, do you know what I'm saying? Because that's not my thing. But, you know, if he perceives is that what a woman should do, because that's what he knows. If he has embraced that, because, you know, we got 50-50. Either we can embrace the way we grew up or we can reject it.
Right.
It's one or the other. So if he's embraced that, I'm going to always be in a deficit to some point of his eyes. He may love the gentleness in me. Do you know what I'm saying? He may love the womanness in me. But if I ain't got no hood in me, if I can't go to the grocery store and stand on 2 feet because she didn't rank my stuff up right and I ain't giving her the business, then that's for him looking at me, that's a deficit.
Yeah.
So that requires that good communication of him being able to say, well, this is what I thought, this is what I see in you, and this is how it makes me feel. So I can say, okay, well, let me watch some videos and figure out how to get to that.
Right.
If I feel that way about you,
Yeah.
if you're telling me something about me that is different from how you're perceiving me, for me to look my best for you internally, if I feel that way about you, I got to be willing to do the work that it takes to get there for you. If I believe it's reasonable,
Right.
it's not hurt, harming, or danger in anybody. If I feel like it's reasonable, and that's everything. How you wash clothes, how you keep house, how you raise children, how you manage the house from a woman's perspective, how you paying bills, or does he pay the bills? You know, do you do your own car? Did you raise up and see your daddy washing your mama car and putting gas in it? So you feel like that's a manly thing to do, and if he ain't doing it for you, then he really ain't being a man. Those things have to be discussed, and then you have to see, because we didn't raise each other.
Right.
So we have to be able to communicate in a way that we get it. Because if I tell you, man, you just, oh, my daddy do all this for my mom, man, you ain't no
Right.
man. Well, he ain't your daddy neither.
Well, why do that, Kitty? Why do that? Why some women will use that, like, say, for instance, so maybe the woman goes to get groceries and say the guy, he mad if a guy that didn't take the groceries, he's going to pull them in. And she's like, well, my granddad used to pull the groceries in. You're not a man because you're not helping me take the groceries in. I mean, why do that? I'm just like...
Because again, you got to go back to the root of what I said before. She wants something, but she's not delivering it in a way
Right.
that he can eat it. Because what
Yes.
she's really saying is, baby, it would be so important to me. It would make me feel so much better if we brought these groceries in together. Or if you brought them in, and when you bring them in, baby, I'm going to put them all away. I'm going to put them in the cabinet. It's just, I'm just not comfortable. I want to see you do it because that excites me.
Yeah.
But see, why more women need to express themselves like that?
Because a lot of them aren't used to seeing that.
Yeah.
Think about it. Most people are used to just seeing the argument.
But let's also be real too. When you first get with someone, you some of those things that you desire or that you know that may be a red flag or a distraction, you tend to overlook it.
Well, you
know,
tend to
in the
chalk
be-
it in the sun like, you know
Right.
what, it ain't really that important to me until it is.
Exactly. So along with
Until
time
it
comes
is.
change, right? And then
Yeah,
whenever
yeah.
you be with someone and you've invested some time with them, and now you feel like, oh, I can't stand it when he don't put the tissue roll back on the toilet. You know, whatever that thing is, or just something. It could be something small and minute, but it
Right.
becomes a distraction now because you let it grow and fester. You know.
And then you
so-
get Will Smith.
Right. You know what?
Smack it.
Right, James?
You know.
The straw that broke the camel's face.
I'm gonna take a sip.
I'm gonna take
Shout out to
a
Will Smith, y'all. Chris
Will
Watson, you
Smith.
okay? All right.
pour a little out for the homie. James, what you think about that?
Hey, y'all, we were
We got
flirting
the
over
Will
this because
Smith.
we want a quick. We want to say a quick thing about this Will Smith thing because
Okay,
while we're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about the distraction. How do you feel about the brother getting smacked down, smacking down?
Man,
It was a distraction.
It was a distraction.
It was a
Sorry.
distraction.
So what was the distraction? Was the
Rock,
fact that
the
he-
Rock was in the audience, and so if the Rock didn't jump up and say nothing about "Can you smell it?" then it was okay.
Can you smell what the rock is cooking?
Okay.
It was okay because the man was evidently in two different places. Well, Will Smith is the man that was in one place, and Chris Rock was in another place.
Okay.
And so, one thing I want to say that I'm proud because black women need to be represented more, and that is what he did. Stop all the madness. This is my wife you're talking about, and if you do it again, I'm gonna smack the taste out your mouth again.
And
you
he
know?
went through with it.
And so
You can't say he didn't keep his word.
yeah, yeah. And so
But you don't think that's not very unprofessional on television with millions of people?
So-
I mean,
Of
it
course.
definitely
Of
was
course it's
unprofessional.
unprofessional.
However,
the need is there.
yeah, like he's still human and he still
Yeah.
has feelings and he'd let it get the best of him.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep from going in a deeper spell.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay on the
But
light
the best
side.
of him could have got him on charge too.
Well, he got enough
fuck.
money for good lawyers and stuff. It's him, so he gonna get an ankle bracelet at worst case scenario, some community
Yeah.
service, and
What
he'll
about
buy
his
a
daddy
building.
around the block? What if he did that?
Well, they ain't gonna have no tickets to the Oscars. They ain't gonna have no tickets to the Oscars anyway,
y'all,
sir.
Right. got
But
all
it
of
was
the-
a distraction, though. At the end
It's
of
a
the day.
distraction.
It was a
Am
distraction.
am I Will Smith or am I Chris Rock? Which one am I?
You Will Smith.
You the seat filler.
Oh,
in the-
well,
in the
yeah,
audience.
he gonna
You
get
smacking
knocked out too. Yeah, he gonna
Wow.
get smacked.
Get back to y'all. We get back on track here,
the Holy
but we gonna get into this last couple of topics. What's the last topic we getting into? How many more we got?
We do it.
Well, y'all work on this last topic before we get up out of here, bud.
Yeah.
Can love, forgiveness, or tolerance reverse how we see women as a distraction?
Yes, I think it can, depending on how the man feels about the woman. If he just see her as a piece of meat or something, ain't gonna be no love, ain't gonna be no forgiveness. He gonna go keep it moving. But if he like this woman and he wants something to go down with this woman, then yes, of course he would be willing to overlook whatever distractions. But that woman has to be willing to admit to, whatever it is that she did. 'Cause some women won't do that. They're like, it's my way or the highway. You don't like it? Too bad. I did it.
He said, I did it.
So what you guys about that, Mr. Todd? How you about that?
I'll just say that, of course, it can reverse it because if you love someone, and I just stand firm on this, if you love someone, it helps you tolerate some of those things that you don't like about them. I mean, I know that they may nitpick and nag, and we tend to do certain things that may get up under your skin. But when you love somebody, it definitely can change and reverse the way that you view them. Whenever you are committed to them, you're all in on it. But if you are, half doing it, then your tolerance level is going to be really short. That's just it with anything. But if you invested in it or something like that, in your relationship, and you are really, committed to it, then you're definitely going to change your tolerance level on the things that they do to distract you. You're going to try to endure a little bit,
Right.
like you need to change, but hey.
Ms. Kitty, what you got to say about that?
Well, I'm a Toya on that. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, it's always to a point. If the communication is there, because like I was saying before, love covers a multitude of faults. It never says it covers them all.
Right.
Facts.
And he knows the difference because he says in all things get an understanding. But he differentiated between how much love was gonna tolerate. He said a
Yes.
multitude. That means he put a pause on it.
Yeah.
Is a limit to how much love is gonna cover for you. So in that love and that coverage, there's gonna be some tolerance in there. There's going to be some overlooking and some things you can try to, because you say, "Ooh, I just love you. Why you won't just do right? Why you won't just do right?" But in a minute, I'm just not gonna say nothing. There's a lot in my silence, because what you need to be when I stop talking, that's when you need to start worrying.
Well, they say warning comes before destruction.
And that quiet in the storm,
Quiet,
and that
yes.
quiet in the storm,
Right.
Yes.
But why stop talking? Come on, bring it on.
because
Gossip.
I've talked and I haven't seen any results from it. And maybe I've tried this way. Like Cat Williams say, trying shit, trying shit. And it ain't working. And then at that point you say, you know what? I'm not pouring no more water on this dead fig tree.
Right.
So you
I'm not
walk away?
bringing
You
it.
walk away?
Divorce is divorce. Been there, done that. Because there is a limit.
Yeah.
There's a limit to how much you're going to distract my walk and my journey. There's a limit to how much I feel like you're going to be a hindrance in exampleship to our children. There's a limit in how much you're going to be a hindrance or a distraction on my finances.
Yep,
There's limits.
absolutely.
And when you get to those limits, if you feel like you've done everything in your power to communicate, to love, to forgive, to advise, to support,
Shake the dust.
and it's still not going in that way, the dust between your feet, and don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you. Hello.
Come on,
real.
James, finish
For
this
real.
out before we get up out of here.
And I like the rap you went to, because love does cover a multitude of fault. Grace has a limit. You say grace don't have a limit, but when you see the ocean,
That ain't in the
grace keeps that ocean at bay. Grace keep us from just spinning off the earth.
Yes, yes.
Grace has a limit. Love has a limit. Love is not going to come in and rescue you if you don't accept it. If you don't acknowledge it. So yeah, there is a limit of what love can do. If you don't believe, then love can't help you, because you don't believe it. You won't acknowledge it. There's nothing it can do for you. So a person can forgive and accept it and acknowledge it, and the tolerance can be overcome if love is there, if the desire and to be together is there. If you met a person in the club, going back to that next one I missed, but if you met a person in the club and she on the pole and y'all start dating, you're gonna you're gonna have to accept that this woman was on the pole and there's a lot of history there.
Deacon James, where the pole come from?
You can't, but I'm just he told me to put out there for those that not in church.
You right, you right. You right, and I'ma
that
sip
y'all
on
can
that.
see where I'm at.
Yeah.
So just because you met on a pole, that don't necessarily mean when y'all get together, she gonna come off the pole. That may be her desire. Some women do it for college. And when they get their college degree, they stop.
done.
You know,
Right.
But some people, this is a lifelong journey.
And they embraced it.
And they embraced
They
it. So you have to be the man to say, what was that topic? Is the woman the distraction or is it me? Well, you picking on something for your own distraction now.
Ooh.
Cause
Your own
your
distraction.
own distraction, because now you trying to get somebody to force them to be something that they don't want to be.
Right.
That's
So
that
now you-
accountability you was
Yeah,
talking about,
now
Toya.
you create your own storm, your own problems. So be sure you get that communication, know who it is you talking with, and if you're not in the church and you don't want to be in the church, then you got to accept with everything that comes with that territory,
Including that pole.
including that post. And
Hey.
because there's a dark side to everything.
Right.
There's a
Yeah.
dark side to everything.
Yeah,
so
it
it may
is.
not be the pole, it may be the money.
Right.
How did he get the money? What did he do for it? Do he put people in bags for money?
Right.
So you got
Yes.
to accept that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
when the police kick down that door and he take you out of jail, you got to eat that. You know what I'm saying? So you have to accept all of that, because that's that goes with the territory. If you're gonna have a Christian foundation, do it right. Because doing it wrong, you're gonna be in the same predicament.
A distraction.
It's gonna be a
Right.
distraction.
A distraction.
Hey, well, look, we appreciate y'all for tuning in today, Man Cave Mondays. Hey, before we leave out, I'm gonna let my girls and my homeboy just kind of give y'all a shout out, give them some shots out, tell them where y'all can reach them, tell them a little bit about yourself, what y'all can be doing, you know, because, you know, these my sisters, man, so y'all brothers don't be hitting me up. Talking about, is she single?
In the DM.
Yeah, DM me talking about, Jig, man, what's up with that? Don't do that. Please don't do that. But I'm gonna start off with my homegirl. Toya, let her go ahead and just give a little quick thing, shout out, whatever she gonna say before we get up out of here.
Hey, this is your girl Latoya. You can find me on Facebook, Latoya Brown. I'm on Instagram as I am Latoya B, and that is LATOYIA.
Yeah.
I'm also a TikToker. I'm an actress here in the Dallas DFW area, and I am not a distraction.
All right, fellas. Are you
And
taking
she's
Mr.
single.
Toy? The fellas want to know.
She's single.
I am single,
She's
single.
single.
Got the
Single,
two on there.
single.
I'm single, single.
Well, you
Single,
players
single.
don't stay out my DM, but you serious about Mr. Toy? Because she don't play. I can tell right now.
Yay.
Holla at your boy. What's up, Miss Kitty? You know the people. Hit him up, Miss Kitty.
Hey, it's your girl. It's Kitty J. I'm on Facebook as Kitty Jones. Jones. You got to see the bling because the ring means a thing in my household. Hello. And you can reach me on IG at Kitty Speaks Love. I'm on Twitter as Kitty Speaks Love. I'm on TikTok as Undivorceable, the number 4 and the letter U. You can find me and Big Daddy Philip Tank Jones doing our thing on TikTok. He make my tongue twisted. I talk about him. But I'm also an actress, and I work in the production of location and casting here in the Dallas and Houston and Austin area. Our company is called Undivorceable with PJ and Kitty. We are happily phenomenal, and we love bringing people into the entertainment industry, and definitely actress of commercial and film and stage. Love it. I love being here with brother. Give us a call, hit us up, follow us everywhere, and we'll be back.
That's right. Y'all heard Miss Kitty now. Now, she is married, y'all, so fella, don't start no mess now.
And I'm happy. I'm happy for real.
So, I'm sure you
No,
don't play.
and I'm not a distraction. Oh, and you can catch me at Taco Tuesday Comedy Show with Nisha and Kitty J.
Hey!
It is coming up in DeSoto at
Taco
Bobby Sox on April the 19th at Bobby Sox at 7 p.m. It is just $20 to entry. You come in, it's great drinks, it's great people, great comics. You're going to have a great show. So come out. Tickets are on Eventbrite at Taco Tuesday Comedy with Nisha and Kitty J. And you can also get your tickets at the door.
That's what's up. What's up with you, Jay? Holla at we get up
All
out
right,
of here.
everybody. I'm glad y'all came out and joined us on this Facebook page, Man Cave.
Hello. They shouldn't be looking for man clubs.
Yeah, Man Cave. There ain't no clubs up in here. So you can follow me on Facebook at Jahame bin Israel. I'm not an Israelite, but you can be in Christ and know who you are. You can go to my page and you probably can read some of those notations on there and let God bless you in your life if you're not having it already. And I also do Million 24 Media, live broadcasting, live streaming events. So if you need it, you can holler at me there on Facebook or on my Facebook page, WNDG TV Network. And yes, blessing. Glad y'all joined us on today.
All right.
Yes.
Y'all heard it from the homie Jay, and it's your boy Jigsaw, man. Just getting back at you. We get ready to get up out of here. Y'all know y'all can find me, like I told Jay all the time, Google me. Don't forget, this coming, actually, what date is that? The 31st and the 1st, we'll be at Black Coffee on the 1st. The 31st, we'll be at Black Coffee in Fort Worth. And then the 1st is virtual, so y'all can just hit us up. Y'all just come to my page and be able to check us out. We're going to do virtual live performances. So I'm supposed to be the main artist on the 31st. We'll see what's going on with that. Big shout out there to Stu Body. You know, he's the agent, the one that's a sports agent. So we got to get him on in the building. We just trying to connect black folks together so they can make stuff jump off in the DFW. But we appreciate y'all. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to Man Cave Mondays. MANCAV space MONDAYS. Big shout out to my homeboy Big P. I call him Big P. What's the name of that production company, P? What's it?
Baker and H Media Production.
Baker at H Media Production. So, hey, that's my camera guy, y'all. So don't come with that foolishness. I know a couple of y'all hit me up already. I ain't told them about it yet, but we'll get back at y'all. So don't forget, check us out next Monday, man. We'll be shooting back in, shoot some, probably some flyers out about the next topic. We appreciate y'all for tuning in and checking us out, man. Back here, Man Cave Mondays. Got my sisters in the house of toy.
Yay.
We holler at y'all. See y'all later, man. Y'all take it easy.